Hey guys, welcome back to Bonnie's Journeys. What I'm going to do today is show you how I'm making my own 100 envelope challenge box. I've looked on Etsy and they're pretty expensive. I've seen them range from like $40 on up to maybe $60 or $70. And I understand why they charge that much. I do, because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of material used. If I didn't have all of this stuff on hand, I wouldn't be making it, but I had everything here on hand except for the box. And the box I got at Walmart, and it was like $2.98 or something like that, so about $3. All of the paper I have here, I had a bunch of scrap paper from where I do a lot of paper projects and scrapbooking. So I had a lot of scrap paper that I used for this, and I had the laminating sheets on hand too, because I like making cash envelopes. So what you're going to need is you're going to need paper, whatever paper you want to use. You could even use, you know, just some colored cardstock if you didn't want to do the designs and stuff. You're also going to need a lot of laminating sheets. I'll count those when we get further into what we're doing. I use this paper cutter. I've had it for a while, but I use it to get the exact cuts. And I measured my box first. So on the box, I measured on this side. It's a little past 4 inches wide, but of course it kind of narrows in going down to the bottom, so you don't technically have the whole 4 inches when it comes down here to the bottom, if that makes sense. So what I did is, I've seen other videos of girls doing this too, and they did theirs a perfect 3-inch square. I think it just depends on the size of box you're using. This is one of the larger index card boxes. And it's in the school department at Walmart. But this is the larger one, like 4x6. I think is the size on it, so it's for the larger index cards. So the size that I'm doing for the paper was 3 1/4 inches. And I did that just a 3 1/4 inch square. And of course you're gonna need 100 of those. And I'm doing the clear back where the money goes. So since I'm doing that, you need extra lamination if you're doing it that way. You could always, you know, fold your paper in half to make the square and just laminate it that way, unless you want the clear side. If you do, you're going to need more lamination. So I have everything pretty much ready here, ready to be laminated, so I could save some time when I'm showing you all this video. But I do have a few more pieces left, and I have to cut some lamination out for these few pieces. I've got 4 more to put in a laminating pocket. And so I was going to leave those out and show you guys how to do the clear side on your laminating if you're doing it this way. Okay, so I've got my laminating sheet, and this is the 8.5 by 11, the normal size. It's 5 millimeter. On the lamination, it's the 5 ml. I don't know if that stands for millimeter, but the 5 ml lamination. See, I've had this thing so long, my cutter won't stay in the ruler there. So what I'm going to do is, I have 4 of these left, and I'm going to use just this one laminating sheet to do the clear backs and to put these inside to laminate. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut off the curved end. I've been doing that so that they are all, you know, uniform without the curved ends there. And then I need 4 more sheets of, I need 4 more squares of the lamination to finish out my laminating. So I'm going to about 3 1/4 on here. Like I said, my squares are 3 1/4 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4 inches. I'm going to use this to put that in there. I'm going to use the pocket. So I'm going to go in and again take this sideways and cut 3 1/4 inches. And one more time at 3 1/4 inches. Okay, so to make your laminating sheets, to make your envelopes with the clear back, what you have to do is, let me open up this lamination sheet. Okay, so I'm going to start off by putting, and I'm putting them all the way in the corner here at the bottom so that I can line them up and cut in straight lines with my cutter. So I'm going to do 2 of these at a time on the bottom there. And I'm giving about 1/4 inch leeway over here on the edges too, so that it seals the way that it's supposed to. Because you can't put it too close to the edge because it won't seal. So I'm leaving that edge open. If you see that there. Okay, now what you're going to do to make it the clear pocket on the front is you're going to take this lamination, the pieces that I just cut, you're going to open them. You got 2 pieces on each cut. Okay, so there's a dull side, like looks matte, and then there's a shiny side. So what you want to do, if you're laminating cash envelopes and you want it to have the clear front, you're going to take this shiny side and you're going to put it facing your envelope. So, and you just got to go in here and line that up together. I'm just going in here to line that up. So the shiny side, remember, so you've got the flat finish and then there's a shiny side. So just remember that shiny side needs to go toward whichever side of the paper you want there to be the open clear pocket on. And you're just going to line it up with your paper for the envelope. I've got 2 more here, and I will have all of them ready to laminate. And I'm trying to line it up to where I don't have to make too many cuts. I've got 6 in each laminating sheet. These were the last 4, so that's why there's only 4 going in this one. The rest of them have 6 each in them. And I'm trying to put them to where I can just cut this way and right here, and then cut the lines according to where they need to be cut, top or bottom on the squares to open them and to keep your lamination sealed. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one in here and try to line that up pretty well. And then the lamination, shiny side down. You got to be really careful with this because it will move around. So I'm just trying to hold that in place while I get the other side down so that it doesn't move around. Okay. There we go. So I have all of them ready to go in the lamination. So I have the Scotch brand laminator. Of course, any of them will work, whatever kinds you want. There's an Amazon one too. But I have the Scotch one and it's already heated up. I've got it set on the 5 millimeter, the 5 ml. I don't know if that means milliliter. I don't know why I keep saying that. But you have to make sure that you put it on the right ml. So I've got it on the 5 ml and it's ready to go. And what you want to do when you're laminating is you want to send it through with the sealed side first. So we're going to go ahead and send these through. Like I said, this is a pretty expensive project, and I do see why the ladies on Etsy are selling them for so much. it takes a lot of lamination to do this, especially if you're doing the clear side envelopes. It'd be a lot less if you're doing just the regular paper envelopes that don't have the clear side, because you have to have all the lamination for that clear side, which I have a lot on hand here, and I have a lot of paper on hand here because I'm always doing paper crafts. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made this, but I think it's a neat thing to do, so that to do the 100 envelope challenge. I just think that it'll make it fun to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start sending these through. I just like to hold that there for a minute until it catches on the tray so that it doesn't flop out in the back there. Did I laminate the wrong ones? Why are they not numbered? Oh, goodness. Y'all, I just noticed something, because I'm like, did I laminate the wrong paper? Because I don't see my numbers on the back. I didn't even think about it. So when I was numbering these, I used erasable ink. And apparently when you laminate something that you've done in erasable ink, it heats it up and it goes away. Because I can barely see a 50 here on this one. So it's gotten rid of the ink doing that. It's interesting. Yep. Okay. All right, guys, so I've sent all of my sheets through. So this is 17 laminating sheets. Having it like this, and that doesn't even count the piece of lamination that's in here to make the clear top. So it takes a lot of lamination to make these. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the middle here, and then I'm going to run them back through just to make sure that it is good and sealed on all sides. Like this one's kind of, that bubble's kind of far over on this one, and around some of these edges. So I'm going to send it back through. I'm going to cut all these in half and send them back through. So after I do that, I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back, and now we are making the final cuts on the envelopes. So what I'm doing is I'm going through here and cutting this off, and you got to watch, because you can see the bubble right there beside the paper. You just want to be careful not to cut into that bubble. So I'm going over, I would say I'm giving it about 1/4 of an inch so that it doesn't slice through the bubble there around it. So it's got like 1/4 of an inch border going around it. And then you're going to cut them to open them. So on this one, I'm going to cut right there, and that will open it. So I cut right on the end. Then I'm going to bring it through and give about 1/4 of an inch up under it. So now this one's cut out. You see it's got a good seal, and it opens at the top. I've got a lot of them done now. So I'm opening that one. That's the bottom. And then open this one. And it's sealed around the bottom. Okay. So that's what I'm doing, is just going through here and doing this. And you could use scissors if y'all don't have like one of these cutting boards. Obviously, you could just use scissors. I have this one, and like I said, it's well loved. Like, this won't even stay in there anymore. So I thought about getting a new one, and I will eventually. This one I may need to cut just a little bit. Just a little bit, tiny bit more, because it's not opening. In the world? There it goes. That one was a little bit stuck. All right. I am. And 100. Y'all, I finally got them all cut out. Okay. So now I have 100 envelopes. See, I have my 100 envelopes now. And they're going to go in here. I'm going to decorate the box. Don't know how I want to decorate it yet. But I am thinking about doing this. Oh, they're perfect. I'm thinking of doing a 50-50 envelope challenge instead of 100. I think that would be a little easier for me. Since it's a single income household, I think that it would be easier for me to save if I do lower increments. I don't think that the 100 envelope challenge would be, it wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't be able to do the higher numbers. So I'm going to do the 50-50 challenge. And so here is my box with my envelopes. And the money's gonna go right in here. So I'm gonna fold it in half and stick it in here, and of course it's gonna start expanding and getting bigger as the money's going in there. Okay guys, thanks for sticking around. So I've got my 100 envelopes in here in my box. And instead of doing the 100 envelope challenge, I'm gonna do the 50-50 challenge. I did create this, and I'm gonna have that in my Etsy shop available if you guys are interested to do the 50-50 envelope challenge instead of the 100 envelope challenge. It'll just be easier for lower incomes, I believe, because I can't do envelopes up to 100. So I'm gonna do the 50-50 challenge. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and watching me do this. You can create your own box. You could even just get one of the boxes and use envelopes. Like I said, I had all of this on hand, so it wasn't something I had to go out and buy. The only thing I bought was the box. Other than that, I had all of the scrap paper, and I already had a big box of laminating sheets. So I didn't have to purchase anything besides the box. I got the bigger one because the Walmart I went to didn't have the smaller one. So this is the 4x6 one, which is absolutely fine. I'm fine with that. But yeah, you could use regular envelopes too and get one of these boxes and just turn them, you know, the regular way. Because I think that this would fit the little envelopes instead of, you know, not the long ones, but the regular envelopes. I do believe that it would hold those sideways. So that's an idea as well. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.